Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, all in crypto here, and welcome back, guys, for what is going to be nothing short on this triumphant Tuesday of another jam-packed daily cryptocurrency market update. I'm wishing you a wonderful day wherever you are and whatever it is you are doing. As always, we've got a lot to cover, and if you are new to this channel, we drop an update just like this one around 1 p.m. UK time every single day to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening within the crypto space, but also the broader markets. And it's going to be a significant week for the broader markets with CPI coming out on Thursday. This, of course, is going to affect the yields market, which is going to affect interest rate future guidance, which is going to affect the dollar, which is going to affect risk. And we've spoken about that quite a lot, but I don't want to dive into that particularly in this video. This is going to be quite an internal one in regards to the cryptocurrency space. We've got news that whilst retail has largely been scared and we've been going through this pullback for Bitcoin, BlackRock has been gobbling it up. And we're still very early in the kind of post-halvening cycle. Now, in my opinion, is not the time to be losing interest in the cryptocurrency space. And it very much seems like that is an obvious thing to do with the price action, the kind of frustration. However, and we continue to say this on this channel based on everything that we've looked at, now is the optimal time to be in the cryptocurrency space, in my opinion. And we're going to be looking at that and reaffirming that in regards to some Solana news. Now, I'm sorry to have came out as such a Solana bull at the moment. My personal take on Solana as a blockchain is I'm not the biggest fan of it. In fact, I think there are far superior blockchains out there. But it's not about what I want. It's about what the market wants. And what the market wants, the market gets. And Solana is going to do exceptionally well, in my opinion. You can derive that not just from the Solana chart. You can derive that from Sol BTC, which is the best looking chart. And actually one, and with probably the only channel out there that look at exchange traded products that track a basket of crypto assets. And we've looked at just how bullish they are. You know, we have significantly higher, some 10x targets for those. Solana is a large share of all of them. In fact, it's the largest altcoin outside of Ethereum of all of them. And they look just like the Sol BTC chart, just like the Sol chart, and we know that there's some fundamental news to be extremely bullish on Solana. So we've got a lot to go about. We're talking about the German government, talking about a number of things, but within the past 24 hours, the Cboe, which is currently one of the largest US equities market operators, have actually filed VanEck and 21 Shares, which is, of course, the famous Cathie Wood, the great investor that she is. They've both actually filed 19B4s for both VanEck and 21 Shares Solana ETFs. You can see these are the filings, and this is the kind of progression of things. And the senior analyst over at Bloomberg, Eric Balanchunas, give this guy a follow. This channel, I do believe, hopefully will get this guy on one day, somehow, somewhere. But a great guy to follow, somebody that's been kind of fundamental in I believe, following what's been going on with these crypto ETFs. Looks like Solana ETFs are going to have a final deadline mid-March 2025. But between now and then, most important date is November. If Biden wins, these likely DOA, not sure what that means. If Trump wins, anything's possible. What do you mean if Biden wins? And I'm not necessarily endorsing Trump here, but what I am saying is I don't see a possibility where the American people re-elect Joe Biden. However, again, it's not about what I want. I am not an American citizen. So it's about what the people want. But I don't think it's very likely that Biden wins. I think if I'm to give my personal take, I think it's a lot more likely that Trump's going to win. However, we will see. And Trump's obviously, and crypto has become a real issue in regards to voting. It's become a kind of, you've got a lot of people out there that will be one sort of reason voters, so one issue voters. And I think crypto is it for a lot of people. So it's not just Trump that's come out very crypto friendly. Actually, we see Biden now raising funds through the likes of Coinbase. We see the US Marshal Department actually use Coinbase, despite the fact that the SEC is actually at war with them. And I think I actually have some news on Coinbase. I think Tyler Winklevoss, who is, of course, the co-founder of Gemini, depending on if you believe it or not, was the original Facebook guy with Mark Zuck. However, I think there's a lot of CIA involvement in the facilitation of Facebook, but we're not going to go down there. Thank you, Brian Armstrong and Coinbase, for doing this. Gary Gensler has been talking out of both sides of his mouth for years. His position on crypto have been totally inconsistent, and the public deserves transparency. So Coinbase seek access to the SEC chair's private emails. And there's no reason, if he's in the office or the position he's in, he is publicly accountable. So not only are they going to get private emails, they're going to get previous, and they've filed to get previous internal talkings on other cryptocurrencies, which I think is going to be significant. But they are going to lose. I've never seen the SEC lose as much as they've lost to the cryptocurrency space. And it's very interesting that we now have a Solana ETF filing. Let's dive over to the Sol chart. So I have a price prediction for Solana of 20,000. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. $2,000. We were, and we did a Solana video the other day where we were actually pointing the fact that we were looking at Sol in the sort of sub 20 range when it was down here. And obviously it's done significantly. It was, nearly 10x from there. I think another 10x plus is ahead of it. I'm not just bullish on Sol, sort of fundamentally in regards to what's happening with the ETFs. It takes a far smaller amount of money to actually move Sol. Sol has been institutionally statused. I'm actually also bullish on the Sol BTC chart. This is the best BTC chart that there is, period, guys. Period. Find me a better BTC or altcoin BTC chart. I even think it looks better than Ethereum BTC, which we're bullish on. So alt season is coming. We've derived that from a number of reasons. Solana is going to be very much status. And I think the reason being is when you look at exchange-traded products, like what we do every single Monday in regards to CoinShares' inflows, Solana's always the standout in terms of inflows. It's always a top altcoin outside of Ethereum and, of course, Bitcoin, which isn't an altcoin because the word altcoin came around for anything alternative to Bitcoin. But we are seeing a real appetite for exchange-traded products, and Bitcoin's done very well. And we'll show you the lineage. If you look at that sort of flow of money chart, Bitcoin made our target first, then Ethereum made our target. And I think Ethereum's still got a long way to go, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time for the kind of altcoin market to shine. And Solana makes up the vast majority of Grayscale Digital Large Cap Fund. It's the kind of largest altcoin outside of Ethereum. This has got a significant move, just under a 10x ahead of it. Walking, talking, quacking like a duck, Bitwise, top 10 crypto index fund. Obviously, Solana makes up a significant part of that. BNB's not in it, though. And 21 shares, crypto basket. They're all pointing in the same direction. And there's, of course, fundamental news that's very likely going to follow this. So whichever way we look at things, we're bullish. We're highlighting Solana as doing very well. Other altcoins will, I believe, outperform. So I personally, and this is just my own personal take, believe that Hedera will outperform Solana this cycle. However, we'll see. What we are highlighting is that Solana's going to do well. If Solana's going to do well against Bitcoin, it means the overall space is going to do well. If Ethereum's going to do well against Bitcoin, it means the overall space is going to do well. It means Bitcoin's going to be doing well, but altcoins are going to be doing better. And we can also drive that from our price targets, from the kind of flows that we're seeing, so on and so forth. And talking about Bitcoin, it's very interesting, and that's what we try and do here as a channel, that whilst retail's been scared, BlackRock bought 3,320 Bitcoin while the entire market was in fear. There is a lesson here. And they continue to gobble up Bitcoin. Meanwhile, the vast majority of kind of retail is scared. And that's how it's supposed to be. These pullbacks, when you're looking at technical patterns, you're spotting the footprints in the sand. And these pullbacks very much are, in my opinion, in the context of the market, they're in a buying opportunity. But that's not financial advice, just my own opinion. What else did I have to share with you? Of course, the Germans. The government is liquidating close to $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. That's 17,000 Bitcoin in a single day. Price barely moved 2%. This is what market makers look like, if you understand. Yep, and he's absolutely right there. They have been dumping on the market, but they've probably also arranged deals with the likes of some of these exchange-traded product makers. German government prepares for the next $276 million worth of BTC. You've got Mt. Gox coming up at some point. I don't think Mt. Gox is going to be as bad or as big as people make it out to be. I've been covering Mt. Gox my entire crypto career. However, the good news is it will come to an end. And then, of course, we've covered the Tyler Winklevoss news. So I hate to come out as bullish on Solana as I am, guys. I really do, because I'm genuinely not such a fan of the blockchain. I think it doesn't embody a lot of the kind of visions that Satoshi set out for it, or set out for this space. However, it's not about what I want. It's institutionally statused. If you look at individuals that offer exchange traded products, Solana is always third in line over BNB, which actually even has a larger market cap. I think BNB is going to do well as well. I think BNB is a dark horse. But what you can derive from Solana and the ETPs and where we're kind of at in the space is that, you are going to get a real shining on altcoins. There's fundamental reasons to expect this. Once you have that Solana ETF over the line, or certainly close to it, you're going to get a flood of altcoins applying for it. Every crypto, foundation will be trying to push and lever it. Again, I highlight Hedera. It's my largest position, I'll be totally honest, so that's probably why I highlight it as much. I'm always open and honest with you guys in regards to the biases that I hold and why I have them. It's interesting that BlackRock are already tokenizing on Hedera, their ICS fund. Aberdeen, the largest asset manager in the UK, is doing the same thing. BlackRock are one of the biggest shareholders in Aberdeen. Aberdeen are one of the largest participants in the funding for Archax. Also Hedera Governing Council member. There's some interesting things I think going on there, but the beautiful thing is, and I want to leave everyone on a bit of a cheery note, is you're speculating on this space before it's even been allowed to become that. And what I mean by that is an asset class, and we're seeing the walls for that get broken down. Obviously, the Cboe putting forward a Solana ETF is huge at this point. It gives a kind of they're on board with it. We've got the election year coming up. We've got lots going on in the macro. Hang in there, guys. We'll keep you up to date with it all on a daily basis. We are bringing a kind of macro guy on our team because I'm kind of a bit of both. I think I do a better job than most of the macro economists out there. But that's because we derive things from technically what the charts are saying, not, ifs, buts, and maybes. Just like, we've been against a lot of them and a lot of things. That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Get ready for some amazing times ahead. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.